they're referencing my railing. They're very uptight that I have no railing on my stairs going up.
Hey, okay, so it's Brian Sebastian, Movie Reviews and More, woman on t.v.show and iTube247 out of Franklin, Tennessee. So I've been wanting to set this show up for a long time. So technically, I was supposed to be in Chicago during NBA All-Star Weekend. That didn't happen because I was too tired and I didn't want to go, literally, I didn't want to go and travel and go into the colder weather, even though I knew there was a virus going on at that point. But I did want to see these two young, beautiful ladies because I wanted them to meet. So Linda, let's start with you first.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us who you are, what you're doing.
So I'm a nutrition expert. I'm a fitness expert. I've been in the industry for 17 years. I've been working out of Chicago, and I owned 2 gyms over that period of time. Recently sold them a couple years ago. And now I'm still training there at the gym. But now that we've had this shutdown, it's been a little bit challenging. So I've been training online. I've been training Zoom. I've been training Skype, FaceTime. So things have changed quite a bit in my industry, but I've been trying to keep up with it best I can. Like I said, I've been in the industry 17 years. So, you know, and during that time, things are going to change. They're going to evolve.
Exactly. And without further ado, Katie, I'm going to have you introduce yourself because you're our fellow host. So talk about what you're doing. And you're also in Chicago for those people that might not know what you're doing.
Absolutely. I'm thrilled to be here. I am Katie O Reilly, and my brand is Katie O's Food Carnival, which is really a lifestyle brand. But I'll start off with the fact that I have a television show. It is a weekly television show, which introduces you to all amazing things food. I walk you through so it's real comfortable for you. So join me anytime. I swear it won't be intimidating, and you'll end up with some gorgeous, delicious food, very healthy as a side note. I then branched in. I have a cookbook, which is an Amazon #1 best-selling cookbook. I have a line of soups that are shelf-stable in many stores and in direct sale. They're vegan and gluten-free. Fantastic, all fresh ingredients. And then I also, for all of you in the Chicago area, I am a custom caterer, and I do tons of catering and have a wonderful clientele. And if you reach out to me, you and I will be long friends, lifelong friends. So that's what's going on in my world, and that's what's in my brand. And I'm thrilled to be here.
Great.
So Linda, one of the reasons why I wanted to go besides you is I wanted to hook up with Katie because it was because of Katie. I saw her shows on Women on TV. At that time, it was the Women's Broadcast TV channel. So she had a really close connection with Shay, so I wanted to put you guys together. And then, as you know, everything started to change. So
Yes.
Katie, I wanted to have Linda come on sometime either mid to late September where we can get her going on her show. And then so I can go to Chicago and we can all just combine on everything and put everything together, if that made sense.
Right. That'd be great. So Katie, I've done some cooking shows myself because with the workouts, I also promote, you know, clean eating and good nutrition. And so I love when Brian asked me to come on with you because we have that in common. And, you know, this also being a well-being advisor, I'm constantly having to deal with people trying to promote their mental health, which always starts with food and what you put in your body. And so I'm always promoting the clean eating part. So I'm glad that I'm on the show with you today.
And I'm thrilled as well because that actually speaks directly to aspects of my philosophy, because what I like to do is I take an approach with food. First of all, food is my passion. So I like ingredients honestly speak to me. So fresh ingredients are what I always begin with. And if I could, I'm not vegetarian, but I definitely start with the fresh veggies and the colors and all works for you. And once you have that inner relationship with food, it satisfies all aspects of you so that you don't need to go out and buy fast food. I can help you make it simple, help you do it and conquer those little scary thoughts that you have that you can't do it, because yes, you can. There are tricks and tips that can cut through all the chase and make you cook your own food that is healthy and nutritious. And just like you mentioned, Linda, I'm a huge believer in like the holistic approach to living. It does start with food. It starts with how you feel about yourself. I mean, I'm a huge fan of yours. I have to say you're beautiful, and you are amazing. Your body's amazing. And I say that just because you are. And I really, I support anybody who encourages other men and women to do this for themselves. So I think that, you and I definitely will connect so many times. I know I'm so thrilled to be meeting you because we have so much potential to combine aspects of what we both love to do and bring it to a wider audience. And that's what I love to do, is just teach people and show them they can have this too.
Mm-hmm. We both live it, and we're living proof that it works well. There's a lot going on with you, with your industry, me with my industry. Things have taken a turn over the last few months, but here we are every day waking up in good spirits, ready to take on the next task, ready to adapt and take on the next adventure. I don't look at all of that. I mean, there are days I have bad days. Don't get me wrong. I am definitely, human. But for the most part, because I'm still feeding myself with clean food, I'm thinking clearly. And there are days I'm overwhelmed, and there are days that I'm not quite sure how things are going to turn out, but none of us know.
I mean, I gotta be honest, I'm right with you. I kind of have had the belief for a long time that nothing's been really within my power or my control except being a good person, doing the next right thing. And that includes eating and nurturing myself, sharing that with other people, and combining my efforts with other people who have the same mission. Mm-hmm. A lot of times that starts with spiritual centering and just getting yourself all in tune for the day. And that breathes forward such positive energy. And I think that that's what we need. We can't go into fear and doubt because that'll close us down. So it all comes back to just like a holistic, like I said, approach to all living. And I think that you encompass that in so many ways. And I hope, you see that in me as well, because that's what I aspire to do. And I just think it's like a gift that keeps giving. And when it's your passion, and I know you'll understand this, when it's your deep passion, you love it so much that you do it naturally, and people see that, so that they see that you can incorporate it and own it without struggle. And I'm not saying it doesn't take work and effort.
Oh, sure.
I mean, yeah.
I was on a broadcast, one of my live broadcasts. I broadcast for Fit.live 3 times a week. I go live for them, and I do workouts. And during the workouts, I talk about the idea of meal prepping, because it really all goes hand in hand. If you're trying to feel good, you're trying to live longer, and you're trying to stay healthy, or trying to lose weight, you could spin your wheels in the gym every single day and not lose a pound if the nutrition is not going to be on board with you. So it really is a combination of your cardiovascular activity, your weight training, and your nutrition. And the nutrition is a huge part of it, because it consumes our all day long. You only have to work out 3 times a week in order to stay fit, but you have to eat several times a day. So it seems like that's like 90% of it, but it's just as important to have all 3. But what I talked about in my show the other day was the idea of meal prep. And you have to start, it's very overwhelming for some people. And in that case, pick up the phone or get online and order it from your favorite meal prep company. There are plenty of them out there. But in addition to that, if you want to do it yourself and you think that, I can't afford to do it that way, it's not that much more money too, by the way, but say you don't want to do that, get a plan together. First thing you do is sit down and write down the food you want to eat this week. Okay, now I know what I want to eat. Now take that list of foods you want to eat and make a grocery list from it. Now go to the grocery store. Now clean the food, have it ready to cook. Prep it all at once, or however you do it. But if you are prepared, you're going to succeed. But it starts with that one simple task of make a list of what you want to eat.
I completely agree. And sometimes I allow my audience to have those indulgences that allow them to nurture those cravings, but it ends up that they're healthy indulgences. It's just that the food might be richer if you add a little butter, real butter, or a little olive oil on that, so that your body doesn't feel like it's missing all that, but you're making healthy choices. And I'm a huge believer in definitely being prepared for what you want. And when you have a plan, you're not making last minute choices. And those are the ones that,
I'm guilty of cooking my dinner while I'm starving to death and opening up the cabinets and eating whatever I can eat along the way. By the time I sit down to have my chicken and broccoli, I'm full because I've eaten all this junk.
But that's
I'm
most,
like,
but it's also, that's most people doing that too. So they,
I know.
which is why your fans like you, because you actually talk about this stuff where other people might not talk about it, you know?
I actually, what I end up doing on my show a lot of times is I'll prepare a healthy snack for everybody who's watching, so that, like, I have kids. So I have 4 kids, and they come in, they're starving, they're watching me cook, but they're just so starving they want to eat. So I'll do like a gorgeous crudité with a fun dip, and they can nibble on that versus grabbing a bag of potato chips and,
Right.
you know, filling up. So if I can load them up with veggies without them really even thinking, or edamame, or anything that's kind of fun and active, even fruit, anything that they want to indulge in while they're like they're kind of almost talking to me mindlessly eating, but they're eating healthy. And that's what I kind of speak to my audience on, is like, that's a way to avoid without necessarily telling them that that's what you're doing. Because people don't want to hear that they're eating healthy. They just want to.
I used to throw a bag of frozen shrimp into boiling water and let my kids snack on that. That was their snacks. They would have shrimp for snacks. I always would have protein based or vegetable, you know, so here they are snacking on protein. They, you know, to them, it's these cute little shrimp, and they, you know, it's great. They have no idea that they're eating healthy. They're just, yes, pick on this while I cook you dinner.
And another thing I also like to do, I provide a few, I understand people's lives get so busy, and right now we're, you know, in a place where people have more time maybe to cook, but most of the time you don't. You're walking in after your job, you got to get food on the table. So I also offer those tips and suggestions of maybe a healthy prepared sauce, or I'm really familiar with a lot of entrepreneurial brands that are out there that have like really a lot of integrity in their ingredients. So if you have to pick up a jar of pasta sauce, that's fine. Don't feel guilty. Just add a lot of stuff with it. What else are you preparing with that, so that you can alter it and make it a full meal that you feel really good about eating or serving to others? Plus, one of my huge things, and I'm an artist. I worked at the Art Institute for 19 years. My mom's an artist. You have to find beauty in food. So I work a lot with presentation, because plate presentation invites them in. It makes it feel special. And food is very bonding. We have to like experience it and spend time experiencing the meal that we just prepared. That's part of the gift too, is that we get to sit down to this gorgeous meal. It makes us feel good that we're treating ourselves and our family well too.
One of my comments just came in. Man says he's vegetarian 7 years, and shrimp and bottom feeders give him the worst reaction. There are plenty of other options. That's just something that worked for my kids to keep them quiet while I was preparing dinner. But there are other options. Katie was mentioning, you know, a lot of fruit, edamame. There are other things to do too. So yes, if there are things that don't agree with you, for sure. I try to tell my clients, don't eat something that I'm recommending you eat if you hate it, because you're going to fail. You're gonna dread every time you have to shove it down your throat. So don't do that. Eat the food that you like. Eat the foods that work well with you, for sure. Glad you mentioned that.
Katie, when did you know that you wanted to be a chef? And then did it take you a while to get that title?
It's been quite a journey for me. My story's the same. I swear, ever since I was like 4 years old, food has been my passion. So like when I would go out and play and do things, I would make food in the mud and in the dirt and with the flowers. I mean, it has been my passion from my first memories. I love making amazing food, look beautiful, taste beautiful, and then also bring pleasure to others. So there's a lot of deep passion in me. My pathway has been mostly just getting in the kitchen and doing it. Obviously, career choices and, you know, opportunities have led me to be, you know, a chef. I lead a kitchen. My culinary team has stayed with me 16 years, which is a lot more than most people can say, because we are a tight family, and they have moved several locations just to stay with me. We put our effort, we share our art and our passion, which is essential because I can't do everything on my own. And I have to trust that my brand is represented with integrity and consistency. So that's one of the things always guaranteed. Another thing I like to do is I like to be the person that anybody can actually reach out and talk to. So I'm very accessible to people, whether it's social media, email, phone call, ordering, having a problem, having a question, needing a cooking tip. I'm there, I'm available, I answer, and I have so many friends that way and so many connections that just stay with me because then they can go and make it on their own. They can, deliver. I teach them how to deliver this to their friends and family when entertaining. And if they don't feel like doing it, just call me and I'll deliver it for you. So that's part of it.
That's so nice. It's nice that you make that connection with them.
Is it one of the things where most people in the world of fitness, they have to make their food. They know that what kind of food they want to do unless they're doing meal prep, but do they enjoy doing it? That's the question I always wanted to know.
Most, speaking for myself, no. I don't enjoy it. In that sense. I would enjoy it if I was less busy, I think. Yeah. But because I take on so much at once, I don't have the time to do it. So I don't enjoy it. To me, it's a burden.
Yeah.
Okay. See, you're like, I really think that you're like most people is it can be overwhelming. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think sometimes the simple tips, the shortcuts, you have to take them at times. I mean, it's just a fact. So I give people that right to be okay with that and to know that other people make delicious products. I love that your daughter's going into prepared meals because I really think that there's a great audience for that out there and a great need, especially for people who are so busy. Mm-hmm. They can just prep and handle that on their own. So whatever it is, my biggest message is do something, make a choice, and feel good about your decision.
When I'm able to teach it, but I don't like to do it. So it's one of those things I know what to do, I know how to do it, but I don't want to take the time to do it. But my meals, the one thing that you and I are a little bit different, I agree with you that your plate should be appealing. I absolutely agree. But because I'm always so short on time, I try to teach people that food is there to nourish your body, period. It's not there to entertain you. It's not there to make you feel good. It's just there to nourish your body. But because I've had to tell myself that, otherwise I have all these cravings for things that I shouldn't eat or don't have time to. So I have tried, as much as I agree with you, I've had to teach kind of on a different road to make the people remember why they're eating. It's because that's how you nourish your body and, that's how you think straight. And I've made it very simple. Throw the chicken on a tray and put it in the oven. Put some seasoning on or something. That's how I don't have time. Yes, you do. You rip open. It takes just as long to rip open a package of chicken as it does to rip open a frozen pizza. Same oven, same 350 degrees, same everything. So choose the chicken over a frozen pizza. That's usually my mentality,
See, Linda, that's why I adore you.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. It's just that the plate is a different color and the chicken is set a way and sliced a certain way. And then there's green beans with a little red pepper strip. And I'm like, you know what? So I do take it to an entertainment level because I have so much fun with it.
But you're an artist. That's what you do. I have not a stitch of art in me at all.
Although I'm noticing a really beautiful painting behind you, so I doubt that. I doubt.
Hey, Katie, I'm surprised that she hasn't have bleach near her feet or something like that.
I'm sure this place has been disinfected every single day. I have a dog too, so and I'm always like, ugh. So I'm always constantly. I was shampooing the couch again last night because she dribbled on it with her water. It was just, I just get.
Linda, I got a great product that I'm getting. I'm doing a show Friday that I'm going to send you. I'll tell you later about it, but you'll enjoy it.
Can't wait to hear it.
So, Katie, when it comes to restaurants now, how do you see the restaurants social distancing, but still having that great quality of food And how do you see people trying to get together, enjoying food together in a different way now?
I think, being in Chicago with the weather turning, it's an excellent environment to get out and to dine out. I think that's always our favorite thing to do when we have the opportunity in the summer anyway. You have to go in with a calm attitude. You have to be respectful of the fact that there's a lot that the restaurants are dealing with behind the scenes with their own sanitation in the kitchen. And, you can't have as many chefs in the kitchen at the same time. So social distancing takes place all throughout the process. So even the back of the house is struggling with their own social distancing. And that, oftentimes kitchens are small. And I think people don't understand that a restaurant kitchen can be very tight. So you have to be patient with what's going on. It's not that the food quality will suffer. It's just that timing sometimes takes a little extra patience. And if everybody goes in with that,
She froze, huh?
frequent your rest as you can, everything that just came up again.
We've been experiencing problems like that coming on today.
And
Yeah.
remember that
Brick House is open? Sorry, I have a few. While she's frozen, I'm just interacting a little.
I frozen.
Yeah, there you are.
We lost the last half of what you said, Katie.
Oh, I think just supporting the restaurants. There's, the Midwest, the Chicagoans are all strong, and we will, see our way and support each other through all of this.
Yeah, I agree. I actually had a friend who opened their restaurant last Friday. Last Friday for the first time for lunch outside, and I met a friend there. It was I couldn't support fast enough. Yeah. I felt like I needed to be there. These are people I've known for years, and it's a family of people who have restaurants throughout Chicago. So they're part of the Superosa family. I don't know if you are familiar with the. Okay, so they opened up on Friday, and I couldn't wait to get there, and they handled it beautifully. The servers were all wearing masks. We were all offered plastic silverware instead of regular silverware. We were offered plastic cups with straw. I mean, they handled it very well. It was very smooth going.
Yeah, that's always wonderful to hear. And just another reminder, because it is so important, if you can't get out to the restaurants, you can always buy a gift certificate. If you have, then you plan an outing with somebody later when there's more time or you feel safer or whatever it is that's still holding you back. You at least support them now, because now's the time that they need it the most.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. They're struggling.
Yeah.
And they're not sure what the future holds because people are so afraid.
Yes. And fear, it goes back to that whole thing of, as we kind of talked about, good living, a sense of self, living a holistic life, and having faith that everything will be right for you the way it's meant to be is, what's going to really make you happy today. And that, pretty much is the elimination as much as possible of fear.
Yeah, agree.
When you started your shows, you were just kicking butt by putting all your shows out there. So when it comes to, based on how everything goes in the fall, what advice would you give Linda, because I'm going to help her do her shows, what advice would you give her, since we're all going to be on the same network and we're all going to be supporting and stuff, but what advice would you give her on doing your shows? And the reason, Linda, why I asked her, because I was following her because I was impressed with what she was doing out of Chicago for the people that may not have known her everywhere outside of that area, if that made sense. I was really impressed. So she didn't know that, but I made her happy because I thought she was doing great stuff. So I immediately thought, Katie's doing this out of Chicago. Linda's got to be doing this out of Chicago.
So I give Linda much advice because obviously you're doing great things for yourself anyway. But my motto with all of it is keep your head down and just do the next right thing. Just keep, doing it. And the thing that drives me the most is obviously my passion for my art, and my message, but also that I have such a passion for my audience and my followers. And it's my time to connect. So I want to bring them the best version of myself. So all of my background prep work, I create all my food myself. I'm prepping it. Sometimes my filming days will take 16 to 18 hours because it's food.
Wow.
So it takes a long time to get that all going on. And so what I say is, it all produces magic in the end, and that's your gift, and that's what's remembered. So sometimes just keep your head down and keep it going forward.
I think that's great advice. I love the idea that you interact with your fans too, because that makes a big difference. I've noticed a big difference during these last couple months that I've had a little bit more time technically on my hands, that I have been interacting a little bit more with them, and it's made a difference. I mean, they feel a connection, like I'm a real person. It's not just, you know, me posting pictures of me in a bikini. It's actually interaction with them, which is nice. They want that. They want that interaction.
And that's what I would give to my, my audience. I always give that as well. It's like, you know what? I'm not perfect. Sometimes things aren't going right. It doesn't have to be perfect. None of us are perfect, but people like to see the authentic version of yourself. And you know what? We're all real. We're all human. But let's face it. I mean, you have a particular talent that you're sharing. So you are more of an expert than the rest of us on many things. So we look for you. But it's not to put you up on a pedestal. It's just to learn from how talented, amazing you are, and to gain some of that for ourselves. And I do the same thing with food. I don't expect you to have your food exactly like mine. It's taken years, and it's a different type of passion. But you can do it for yourself, and that's the gift that you give to yourself. So all of that rolls into your relationship with your audience.
That's true. That's good advice. Yep.
Linda, what are some of your fans saying? And from where are they chiming in from?
I have people from Greece, Dubai. Let me see, I have to scroll back because I forgot. Slovakia, Michigan, my Palatine is in the house. I have people requesting to be part of the live video, and I'm not sure what that means. I don't know how I would do that.
Oh, I'm going to have that coming soon. I had a call early this morning at 2:30 East Coast time, which Katie noticed I was up. We're going to be doing it. And Linda, you will like this. It's going to be done with Cameo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Watching what I got up my sleeve. This changes everything.
Yeah, I have people here from Hawaii. Chris is there from Hawaii. So yeah, I have a lot of viewers from all over the world tuning in right now, which is great. They're, again, my fans are so supportive and so amazing. Even, they'll email me and it could be a week before I respond, and they're so grateful that I responded. I try to get back to everybody, but yeah, so everybody has been amazing. They're asking what gyms in Illinois are open yet. I do know that there are a couple of gyms open for personal training only, but they're not open yet for, the public. And so we're working on that. So there are a few things, that they're asking about the fitness side of it all.
So we got about 2 minutes. So Katie, you had to make a great food for me that I might not have had. What would it be when I go to Chicago?
All right, so one of my favorite things, and knowing nothing about what you like and don't like to eat, I'm just going to tell you this, what I would serve you anyway. I make a grilled mahi ceviche, but I have a couple of really interesting ingredients that are my little tricks. And then I put it in a martini glass, and I line the sides with thin slices of ripe avocado and mango, because it adds a creaminess and a sweetness that you'd never expect. And then I take homemade tortilla chips and I dip them in a little spicy ancho chili and kaffir lime powder. It is incredible. A little sriracha creme on top, just for a teeny touch of spice and a little extra cilantro. And you will never leave my house, I swear. In fact,
what would you make for Linda now that you know what Linda's like?
Oh, Linda, I will make so many things. But there are so many things I need to ask you about. I would probably say that something super delicious would be my, oh gosh, so many items that I make. I make this, I call them, because I have to like play with my children, but it's actually, the concept is larb. but I make my own version. So it's like a ground turkey. It's like a Thai lettuce taco with tons of fresh herbs and everything. There's so much flavor and goodness. And you walk really no carbs, but that's, you know, not, it doesn't miss them.
It sounds like something I would enjoy. I would probably be picking off of Brian's plate too, though. That mahi sounds delicious.
You're going to have to eat it for me before I can get to it.
I'm definitely not too shy to say, can I try that? Can I have a bite of that?
I give you permission, Linda.
I have a lot of people around me all the time because I do love to cook and I do love to feed people, and that's really my passion. So my kitchen is never empty, and you know, I always have all my friends, all my family and my kids' friends end up at my house. Let's just put it this way.
Are you Italian? This is a big Italian trait to want to feed everybody.
Oh my God. My grandma, my maternal grandmother is Italian. So I've got that. Plus, like, I'm Irish. So I've got that communal thing. And then I've got it that are German. So I like hearty. So I've got it all. The mix is just all food all the time.
That's great.
Katie, give your social media links.
I'm sorry. Pardon me?
Your social media links.
Yeah, ktofoodcarnival.com. And that's for Facebook, that's for Instagram. Those are the two that I'm mostly posting on. So come follow me because it's a journey. I have a lot of exciting things coming up and it's fun. Plus I do a weekly publication where I give you my favorite recipe, but it's real short and brief and just mostly beautiful pictures of what I'm creating in my kitchen. So I'm always spinning out something new for you to do and to keep you seasonal and healthy and invigorated for cooking and mostly for eating and enjoying food with your family and friends.
And Linda, do you have one quick question at all? And then give your social media links, especially Fit.live.
Fit.live/Linda, if you want to come see my live workout broadcast Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Central. That's Fit.live/Linda. And then my social media links are Linda Steele Fitbod, Linda Steele Hot One. And I also have a website, lindasteelehotbod.com. I am in the middle right now of revamping it. We have a whole new look coming. I have new content coming, and it's going to be really great. So those are the hot things that I have coming up. I have a photo shoot scheduled for July in Vegas. Actually, I'm flying to Vegas, but we're going to be going to the canyons in Arizona. So that is going to be awesome. That is going to be awesome. And I guess my question would be, Katie, when can I meet you in person? When can we do this?
Honestly, anytime. I'm so excited to meet you. I was just telling my kids, I'm like, I can't wait to meet her in person. And I'm so excited you live very close to me.
Yes.
So we absolutely connect. And we will actually probably create some videos or something for our audience members and our followers together that I think would take what you do beautifully and what I do beautifully and really give them a next level experience.
I think that sounds great.
That
Excellent.
is great.
That's awesome.
So for Katie O'Reilly and Linda Steele, I'm Brian Sebastian, and we will see you next week. So here's the other thing. So if you see someone out of smile, please give them one of yours because the world needs it right now with what we're going through.
Yep.
So that's it for us, and I will see you next week.